Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire. Hare Krishna. So we have just begun our fourth chapter, Narad Muni, appearance of Sri Narad Muni. One moment. So as we saw in the last chapter, that all these 6 questions which were inquired by the sages headed by, say, Śaunaka Rishi have been fully answered. So after hearing the replies from Śaunaka Rishi, Srila Vyasadeva mentioned in the first verse of this chapter that Śaunaka Rishi, the qualities of Śaunaka Rishi was mentioned, who was the inquirer, who was inquiring about these questions. What were the 3 prominent qualities which were mentioned of the inquirer, of the questioner? Few devotees have joined. Why? I don't know. Today being Sunday, a day of rest. Pradeep, can you ask Manoram Jagannath, where is he? He is not there.
Yes, Guru.
Ganesh has also not joined. Yes, Priyanka, what were the 3 qualities?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. The congratulators qualifications are Vruddha, Kulapati, and Bahurucha.
Very good. What is Vruddha?
Elder.
Yeah, he is the most experienced. He is the most elder. He is most advanced in age and experience both. And what is Bahuricha?
Bahurucha is a very learned person.
He is learned in all processes of scriptures and Vedas. Bahuricha. He is learned in many, many scriptures. Okay, so we'll go to the second verse today. Text number 2. Uvāca Sūta mahā-bhāga vadatāṁ vara kathāṁ puṇyāṁ yado bhagavāñ chukaḥ. So Śaunaka uvāca. After hearing all the replies and the answers from Sūta Gosvāmī, Śaunaka Rishi is further speaking what he says, Sūta mahā-bhāga. Twice he is mentioning the name of Srila Sūta Gosvāmī. Sūta mahā-bhāga. Mahā-bhāga means, bhāg means one who is fortunate, and mahā-bhāga means one who is greatly fortunate. Whose fortune is great, maha. Most fortunate person. So Sūta Gosvāmī is so fortunate. This is the conviction and the inner feeling of Srila Śukadeva Gosvāmī's student, being Sūta Gosvāmī. And Śaunaka Rishi is very much appreciating it. And he's calling the name Sūta twice. When we call anything twice or thrice, like if we have to someone something that please hear. So what you said, suno suno. Sometimes we say, na, why do we overemphasize? Because we are very keen to make him hear what we want to say. So here he is expressing the name of Sūta Gosvāmī twice. Sūta. And what is he saying? You are mahā-bhāga. You are greatly fortunate, most fortunate. Why? Why is Sūta Gosvāmī most fortunate? Vada na vadatāṁ vara. Vada means to speak. So those amongst those who are the speakers. So he is vadatāṁ vara. Vara means that he is the topmost or he is most respected. So amongst all those who are the speakers of the Vedic literature, especially in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, he is the most respected and the most learned speakers. And then he is asking the question. This is the first question. These are new sets of questions now. As we see those who are really inquisitive, so if they receive the answers, their quest to know more deepens and increases. This is the first question he asks, kathāṁ bhagavātīṁ puṇyāṁ. That please relate the pious message of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Kathāṁ. The message of Bhagavatīṁ puṇyāṁ, which is most pious, which is most auspicious. And the same which was spoken by Yat aha Bhagavan Shukha, which was spoken by the great and powerful sage. Bhagavan here is being said to those who are very powerful, or those who have exceptional power. What was the exceptional power of Sūta Gosvāmī and also his spiritual master, Śukadeva Gosvāmī, that they were very expert in reciting Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. So Śaunaka said, "O Sūta Gosvāmī, you are the most fortunate and respected of all those who can speak and recite. Please relate the pious message of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, which was spoken by the great and powerful sage, Śukadeva Gosvāmī." So now they are expressing their desire that they want to hear about Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Prabhupada says that Sūta Gosvāmī is twice addressed herein by Śaunaka out of great joy, because he and the members of the assembly were eager to hear the text of the Bhagavatam uttered by Śukadeva Gosvāmī. They were not interested in hearing it from a bogus person who would interpret in his own way to suit his own purpose. So you see the beauty of parampara. From whom are Śaunaka Rishi and the sages hearing? From whom are they hearing? Yeah, please answer. All these sages and Śaunaka Rishi, from where are they hearing? Who is the speaker? Yes, Sonika.
Sūta Gosvāmī Prabhuji.
Yeah, from Sūta Gosvāmī. But what is he asking? See, again, just put attention here. He's saying, kathāṁ bhagavatīṁ puṇyāṁ yad aha Bhagavan Shukha. So please relate the pious message of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, which was spoken by the great and powerful sage Śukadeva Gosvāmī. So by hearing from Sūta Gosvāmī, he is convinced that he is not hearing from Sūta Gosvāmī, he is hearing from the great and powerful sage Śukadeva Gosvāmī. What it is and how it is, Prabhupada is explaining in the purport. That Sūta Gosvāmī is twice addressed herein by Śaunaka Gosvāmī. Yeah, Śaunaka Gosvāmī Prabhupada is saying, out of great joy, because he and the member of assembly were eager to hear the text of the Bhagavatam uttered by Śukadeva Gosvāmī. Again, Prabhupada is expressing this feeling of Śaunaka Rishi, that they are not actually hearing from Sūta Gosvāmī, they are feeling as if they are hearing from Śukadeva Gosvāmī. They were not interested in hearing from a bogus person who would interpret in his own way to suit his own purpose. Generally, the so-called Bhagavatam reciters are either professional readers or so-called learned impersonalists who cannot enter into the transcendental personal activities of the Supreme Person. So here again, it is being emphasized that one has to hear from those who are authorized, those who are bona fide. And Prabhupada says that most of the Bhagavatam reciters are either professional or they are impersonalist. More so, they are professionals. Today also I met one person who is organizing Bhagavad Katha from tomorrow in our auditorium. He came and met me also because he wants some refreshments for this Katha. So it will be 7-day katha by one lady katha vachak. And she is charging a lot of money, huge lot of money. So and you see this, all these channels, you see the channels who broadcast Bhagavad Katha. You will be amazed to know that this channel take money from those who are speaking Katha. That is why in any channel you don't see any ISKCON Katha. Why? Because ISKCON never pays any channel any money. So all these professional Katha Vachak, to popularize themselves, what they do, they pay the channels to telecast their Katha. And in turn, how they get money? Because they charge those who are sponsoring the Katha. So this professional or taking money for reciting Bhagavatam, this kind of business deal has very much become prominent now. And Prabhupada is very strictly, Prabhupada is cautioning us that these persons, if one hears from either professional leaders or from so-called learned impersonalists, they cannot enter into the transcendental personality of the Supreme Person. Such impersonalists twist some meaning out of the Bhagavatam to suit and support impersonal view. And the professional leaders at once go to the 10th canto to misexplain the most confidential part of Lord's pastime. We all know in the 10th canto is Ras Panchadhyay. None of these reciters are bona fide persons to recite the Bhagavatam. Only one who is prepared to present the Bhagavatam in the light of Śukadeva Gosvāmī, and only those who are prepared to hear Śukadeva Gosvāmī and his representatives are bona fide participants in the transcendental discussion of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Very important part, Prabhupada is saying that those who are prepared to hear, how the qualification to recite will come for those who are hearing. Only those who are prepared to hear Śukadeva Gosvāmī and his representative are bona fide participant in the transcendental discussion of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Others cannot be even a party of discussing the subject matter of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Such is the importance of taking shelter in parampara system. So here, Srila Sūta Gosvāmī is being asked about the history of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. The kathāṁ bhagavātīṁ puṇyāṁ yat aha bhagavāñ chukaḥ. Please relate the pious message of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam which was spoken by Śukadeva Gosvāmī. And we see in this purport again, if you see from the last 4 or 5 purports, Prabhupada is continuously hammering this topic of not to hear from a non-devotee, not to hear from anyone who is professional or impersonalist. Why? As we have discussed so many times, that the spiritual potency is not there. kasmin yuge pravṛtteyaṁ sthāne sañcoditaḥ kṛṣṇaḥ kṛtavān saṁhitāṁ muniḥ. So kasmin yuge pravṛtteyaṁ. In which yuga cycle did it begin? What? Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Sthāne va kena hetuva. And what was the venue? What was the place where it was spoken first? Kutaḥ sañcoditaḥ Kṛṣṇa. And who is the source of inspiration to bring or present Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam? So all this detail and kṛtavān saṁhitāṁ muniḥ. And he is also further inquiring about Kṛṣṇa-dvaipāyana Vyāsa. So in what period and at what place was this first begun? Kasmin yuge sthāna va kena hetunā. And why this was taken up? So these are the questions, the new set of questions which are being raised by the Śaunaka Rishi who is representing all these sages, from where did Kṛṣṇa-dvaipāyana Vyāsa, the great sage, get the inspiration to compile this literature? So these questions are being asked on the history or the emergence of how Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam came into existence. Because Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is a very special contribution of Srila Vyasadeva, there are so many inquiries by the learned Saunaka Muni. It was known to him that Srila Vyasadeva had already explained the text of the Vedas in various ways, including in the Mahā-bhāgata, which is for the understanding of the less intelligent women, Shudra, and fallen members of the family of twice born men. Which slok is this from Śrīmad Bhagavad Gita? That Mahabharata is for the understanding of the less intelligent women, Shudras, and fallen members of the families of twice born men. It comes in Bhagavad Gita, 9th chapter, most confidential knowledge. Bolo? Which verse is this? माम ही पार्था व्यपाश्रित्य ये पाप्स्यो योनिय स्त्रियो वैश्यो तथा शूद्रा तेपि यान्ति पराम गति. So it is Striya is woman, Vaishya are the less intelligent men, and Shudras, the fallen members of the families of twice born men. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is transcendental to all of them because it has nothing to do with anything mundane. So the inquiries are very intelligent and relevant. So these are the inquiries which are very intelligent. It is inquiring about the relevant subject matter. Next verse, we'll take this verse also. Tasya putro mahayogi samadrin vikalpaka ekantmatir unnidro gudha mudha iyate. So he's asking about how the inspiration came into the heart of Vyasadeva to compile Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. His Vyasadeva's son was a great devotee and equibalanced monist whose mind was always concentrated into monism. He was transcendental to mundane activities, but being unexposed, he appeared like an ignorant man. So this is being talked about Srila Parikshit Śukadeva Gosvāmī. Śukadeva Gosvāmī's qualities are mentioned. Tasya putro mahayogi. So he is the son of Srila Vyasadeva, who is Mahayogi, the great devotee of the Lord. And what are his spiritual qualities? How he is a Mahayogi? Samadrik. He sees everyone as equal, equipoised. Nirvikalpaha. And he is ekantmati. And it is annidro, that one who has surpassed the ignorance or the influence of sleep. And he is also guna mudha ivayate. Guna mudha means one's intelligence. Let us see the translation. His Vyasadeva's son was a great devotee and equibalanced monist whose mind was always concentrated into monoism. He was transcendental to mundane activities, but being unexposed, he appeared like an ignorant person. So the qualities of Srila Śukadeva Gosvāmī is being mentioned. Firstly, the quality of Saunaka Rishi was mentioned, then Sūta Gosvāmī, and now Śukadeva Gosvāmī is being mentioned. Srila Śukadeva Gosvāmī was a liberated soul, and thus he remained always alert not to be trapped by the illusionary energy. In the Bhagavad Gita, this alertness is very lucidly explained. The liberated soul and the conditioned soul have different engagements. The liberated soul is always engaged in the progressive path of spiritual attainment, which is something like a dream for the conditioned soul. The conditioned soul cannot imagine the actual engagement of the liberated soul. While the conditioned soul thus dreams about spiritual engagement, the liberated soul is always awake. Similarly, the engagement of a conditioned soul appears to be a dream for a liberated soul. A conditioned soul and a liberated soul may apparently be on the same platform, but factually they are differently engaged. And their attention is always alert, either in sense enjoyment or in self-realization, respectively. The conditioned soul is absorbed in matter, whereas the liberated soul is completely indifferent from matter. This indifference is explained as follows. So here we see the glorification of Śukadeva Gosvāmī. Hare Krishna. I will not proceed. I'll stop here. I'm having a short class. If there is any question or discussion, please ask. So we saw the glorification of Śaunaka Rishi. Then we saw in the second verse the praise of glorification of Srila Sūta Gosvāmī. And in the third verse, there was this question about the history of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. And the fourth question is glorification of Srila Śukadeva Gosvāmī. Hare Krishna. Anything to discuss? Yes, Manoram Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. This is related to verse 1 only. First verse of this chapter and the last verse of the previous chapter, Prabhuji.
Okay.
So the terms actually, these yathaditam and yathamati.
Yeah.
These are the two terms explained in chapter 4, verse text number 1. But in text 44 of previous chapter, it is the single, single word, Prabhuji. So I am not able to understand the meaning of it properly.
Let's see. Let us go from the verse 44. Yeah. In this verse says, Srila Sūta Gosvāmī is glorifying Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, isn't it? We saw in the Kṛṣṇa-dvaipāyana Vyāsa dharma jnana divi saha kalau nashta dishamesha punano arpodhano. So he is glorifying. And in the 44th verse, what he is speaking about the glories of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. O learned Brahmanas, when Śukadeva Gosvāmī recited the Bhagavatam there in the presence of Emperor Parikshit, I heard him with rapt attention, and thus by his mercy I learned Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Nivishtas tad anugrahat so aham ya shavayasyami. And how did he hear? That is very important. He said by his great mercy, by his compassion of the speaker, which is Śukadeva Gosvāmī, what Sūta Gosvāmī is saying, I heard it. And how he heard it? Now what is he speaking? Yathādhitam. You see, it is two words, even in the 44th verse, yathādhitam means I received it as it was spoken. And I applied my intelligence, mati, or my attention. And as I applied my attention and my intelligence in applying what was spoken by Śrīla Śukadeva Gosvāmī, I got realizations. So now I am presenting the subject matter as I have received it, as I have assimilated and contemplated upon it, and I am speaking my realizations. Yathādhitam, yathamati. So what you were saying, Prabhupada is keeping this full phrase, yathādhitam, yathamati, as one word. Isn't it? In the 44th verse.
Yes, Prabhuji.
But the purpose or the meaning is the same. See? Now I shall try to make you hear the very same thing as I learned it from him and as I have realized it. Okay. So as he has heard, he has assimilated, and what realizations come, he is speaking. And there is no mention in the verse yathādhitam yathādhiti in the 4th chapter, but it is Srila Prabhupada's, spillover, as some devotees say, or Prabhupada's ecstasy that he continues the same purport in the next chapter even, when the chapter is even changed. So Prabhupada is saying that Srila Sūta Gosvāmī is simpling by his uttering yathādhitam and yathamati in the previous verse. Therefore, Śaunaka is very glad to congratulate him in ecstasy. No learned man should be willing to hear a person who does not represent the original Acharya. So the speaker and audience are bona fide in this meeting where the Bhagavatam was being recited the second time. So Prabhupada says that what it means to be yathādhitam, yathamati, Prabhupada explains that personal realization does not mean that one should, out of vanity, attempt to show one's own learning by trying to surpass the previous Acharya. So that is not the yathādhitam, yathamati. One must have full faith, confidence in previous Acharya, and at the same time one must realize the subject matter so nicely that he can present the matter for a particular circumstance in a suitable manner. So yathādhitam, yathamati is the principle, a very important principle, the principle of purely following the parampara. And Srila Sūta Gosvāmī is very firmly, he is establishing that I have nothing new to explain to you. That is why I pointed out that if you see the previous verses, the verses which are mentioned here, the speakers are going to feel as if Sūta Gosvāmī is not speaking. Who is speaking? Śukadeva Gosvāmī is speaking. This is what he said. That please relate the pious message of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam which was spoken by the great and powerful sage Śukadeva Gosvāmī. Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Understood.
What have you understood? Can you explain? Let me see how much clarity has come.
Yes, Prabhuji, from text 44, I think it could be distinguished that yathādhitam means as he has received it through parampara, and yathamati means the way he's understood or applied it.
Very good. Very good. Yes. So according to what he has heard, what he has received, that is jnanam. And after receiving it, he has applied it and he has got realizations. That is called vijnana. That is why it is so important that it is sukh-mukhād amrit dravra samyutam. It was not shukh-mukhād. It was vyas-mukhād. But it has become more tasty. Nigam kalpa tarur galitam phalam. Why? Because it is shukh-mukhād. And what is that Shukmukad? Yatha adhitam, yatha muthi. Are you following? Very surprising is that in the assembly of Srila Śukadeva Gosvāmī, not only Sūta Gosvāmī was seated, Parikshit Maharaj was seated, even Vyasadeva was seated. This is something which is beyond estimation. The personality who gave Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, he becomes the student to hear. And from whom is he hearing? He is hearing from his son only, Śukadeva Gosvāmī. And what to say of Vyasadeva? Even Narad Muni was present. We will see Narad Muni is the one who gave the inspiration and the conception of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam to Vyasadeva. It is saying as if you are giving class and I am hearing, and even Guru Maharaj is coming and hearing. This is very unassuming. Will it happen? No, it is impossible. If the superiors are there, they will speak and the subordinates will hear. But here in the Śukadeva Gosvāmī's assembly, not only these sages headed by Śaunaka Rishi were hearing, even the original reciters or the compilers, they themselves were hearing. Why? What was added in Bhagavatam? The realization of chukaḥ, Śukadeva Gosvāmī was there. That realization they came to hear. And what is the realization of Śukadeva Gosvāmī? So not only Parikshit was fasting, even Vyasadeva and Narad were fasting. Now, not only Parikshit was without sleep, even Narad Muni and Vyasadeva were without sleep. Why? Because they were so eager to hear the realization. Shukmukad amrit drav samhitam. They wanted to hear the realization of Śukadeva Gosvāmī. So yatha adhitam yatha mati is very, very important character. So without hearing, how can one understand? One can have any understanding of Bhagavatam? And what can he speak Bhagavatam? Hare Krishna. Thank you. Anyone else? कोई और प्रश्न है या शंका है तो पूछिए. पुरुषोत्तम आप पढ़ते हैं? आपके पास भागवतम है?
यस प्रभुजी.
आज जैसे संडे था पढ़ा आपने?
नहीं पढ़ा.
पढ़ेंगे नहीं तो नहीं जाएगा, वो किताब में ही रह जाएगा. देख लो ना, यथा आदितम यथा मति होगा नहीं.
यस प्रभु.
हरे कृष्णा. यस सोनिका.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
हरे
Prabhuji,
कृष्णा.
my doubt is where the question number 3 was answered, Prabhuji. The question number 3 was why Lord Krishna came in the wombs of Mother Devaki and Vasudeva. So what was its answer and where it was answered?
I have the table in front of me. You first note and then I will show you. 1, 2, 34. First answer is in 1, 2, 34. Then it is 1, 3, 23. And then 1, 3, 28. So in 3 verses it has been answered. And it will continue to be answered in further chapters. 1, 8, 35 and 10, 8, 49. Manoram Prabhu, you first open 1, 2, 34. What was the purpose of Krishna's appearance as the son of Devaki and Vasudeva? This was the third question. Yes, Sonika?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, so 1, 2, 34. I remember Prabhupada speaking the purport. Okay. Come down to the translation. Bhavyati, okay. Thus the Lord of the universe maintains all planets inhabited by demigods, men and lower animals, assuming the roles of incarnation, he performed pastime to reclaim those in the mode of pure goodness. We discussed this. This is the purpose. He performed pastime, he comes to attract. Prabhupada is mentioning that he manifests his transcendental pastime amongst them just to create the desire to go back to Godhead. This is the purpose. Okay?
Okay, Prabhuji.
You missed it. We discussed it. Again, Prabhupada is saying, sometimes he incarnates himself or empowers a suitable living being to act for him. But in either case, the purpose is the same. The Lord wants the suffering living being to go back home, back to Godhead. This is the purpose. Clear?
Yes, Prabhuji, clear.
I
Actually,
recited that song also. I recited that song of Gopinath. Devadatta was there on that day. What was the stanza of that song? Anyone remembers?
so, yes, Prabhuji, it was there. You recited that.
Yes.
Means the meaning was for us only. Lord appears. Lord descend here at is in this.
Jivere asi, jivere karan,
Asiya prapanche.
lila kailo suvistar. Jivere karan, asiya prapanche, lila kailo suvistar. It is because of the living entities who are suffering here. The Lord wants the suffering living beings to go back home, back to Godhead. This is the purpose. Clear?
Yes, Prabhuji. Actually, I considered it as the answer of other question. That's why I was confused.
Which other question? How can it be of Leela avatar or Purusha avatar? Or, see, they were very simple questions, no? The first six questions. First was, what is the ultimate and the absolute good for everyone? Second, what was the question? What is the essence of all the scriptures? And third word, what is the purpose of Krishna's descent? Why he appears as the son of Devaki and Vasudeva? Fourth was for Purusha avatars. And fifth was for Leela avatar. And sixth was that where did the religion took shelter after Krishna went for the spiritual abode? What is the shelter for religion? Okay?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. So now new questions are coming. So first question, what has come? What is the question now?
Yes, Prabhuji.
What is today's question?
And today's question was where this means the conversation was taken place and when it took place.
They are asking, he is asking about the book Bhagavatam. When it appeared, at what stage it appeared, in which yuga cycle it appeared, what was the inspiration for Vyasadeva to compile Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. So he is asking all questions in the relation to the history of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Okay, so we have discussed that. And then he is also asking about the fourth verse we saw. We discussed only second and third, no? We did not discuss fourth. We'll discuss fourth from tomorrow. Okay. Anyone else? Any other question? Very good. Both of you are at least studying. So you are inquiring. You are applying your heart to understand the philosophy and the flow, both. Very important is to have the complete conviction and clarity on what the philosophy is and what the flow is of the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai, Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanandi, Hari Hari Gaur.